Mr. Mangy. I just want to be sure I understand your testimony, sir. And congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
From 2019 to 2023, you were a board member of the Center for Security, Race, and Rights at Rutgers Law School. Is that right?
I was a member of an advisory board, Senator.
Right. Most boards advise, don't they?
Well, Senator, boards of directors govern an institution. Advisory boards do not have a governance role. They merely provide counsel.
Do you know of any boards that don't offer advice?
Well, they're different in their legal function.
Okay. Y'all held an event on the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attack on America. You held an event on the 20th anniversary attack, 9/11 attack on America. And you invited as speakers. Your first speaker was Dr. Sami Al-Arian. He was convicted of conspiring to provide material support, convicted in a court, to the Palestinian Islamic Jihad. And the Islamic Jihad participated in the October 7th massacre and mass rape. Your second speaker was Dr. Rahab Abdul-Hadi, who has organized panels for the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, one terrorist, Leila Khaled. Ms. Khaled hijacked planes. You invited her as a speaker, or her mentor as a speaker. The third speaker you invited, Mr. Hatim Bazilian, was the co-founder of Students for Justice in Palestine and has publicly called for an intifada in the United States. Is this the way you celebrate 9/11? Have I said anything that was inaccurate?
Yes, Senator.
Tell me.
Senator, my involvement with the center...
The Senate floor grew tense as sharp questions pierced the air. A high-stakes confirmation hearing took an unexpected turn when a nominee's past affiliations were put under intense scrutiny. Accusations involving terrorist-linked speakers, controversial events, and advisory roles became the focal point of a heated exchange. This confrontation revealed more than just differing perspectives. It exposed deep questions about accountability, association, and judgment at the highest levels of government. The session began routinely, with the nominee receiving formal congratulations. But beneath the polite gestures, senators were prepared to examine his record closely. His role as a board member of the Center for Security, Race, and Rights at Rutgers Law School between 2019 and 2023 quickly became the centerpiece of the inquiry. While he clarified that he served only in an advisory capacity, the line of questioning hinted at something far more controversial. The senator highlighted a particularly sensitive incident, an event held on the 20th anniversary of the September 11th attacks. The Law Center reportedly invited speakers whose records were linked to organizations labeled as terrorist groups. The first speaker, Dr. Sami Al-Arian, had been convicted of conspiring to provide material support to the Palestinian Islamic Jihad. This group was later connected to brutal acts, including the October 7th massacre. The second speaker, Dr. Rahab Abdul-Hadi, was associated with panels involving the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine. A figure tied to her mentorship had been involved in airplane hijackings. The third, Mr. Hatem Bazian, co-founded Students for Justice in Palestine and had publicly called for uprisings in the United States.
Is this the way you celebrate 9/11?
The nominee firmly denied any involvement with the event.
He explained that his role on the advisory board was limited to academic discussions, usually through one meeting per year. He insisted he had no knowledge of the event, its speakers, or its planning. He described Rutgers Law School as a preeminent institution, distancing his personal record from the center's activities. His tone was measured but defensive, as he tried to draw a clear line between his limited advisory function and the event in question. The senator wasn't satisfied. He challenged the idea that someone could sit on a board of such an organization without knowing about a major 9/11 event.
How can you sit on an organization that would invite these terrorists?
The nominee repeated his lack of knowledge, emphasizing that the event was never brought before the advisory board.
First Law School, which is a preeminent law school in the state of New
I
Jersey,
can tell.
is on an advisory board that, when my role was limited to providing advice on academic areas of research, primarily through a meeting held once a year. With regard to the event that you are describing, I've never heard of that event prior to today. It was never presented to the advisory board that I was part of. I know nothing about it. I know nothing about the speakers. I've never heard of any of those people.
How
So-
can you sit on an organization that would invite these terrorists, convicted terrorists, Counselor?
Senator, it is an advisory...
You didn't resign.
Senator, I never heard of that event until today. It is an advisory board where my role...
So you just had an epiphany today?
Senator, your time has expired.
May I
Would
respond?
you like to complete your answer?
Yes. I have never heard of this event prior today. It had nothing to do with my role on an advisory
But you're on the board.
Senator Klobuchar.
board.
An anniversary event left lasting impressions. Whether this moment will sway opinions on the nominee's confirmation remains to be seen, but one thing is clear. In the halls of power, every affiliation matters. What do you think about this line of questioning? Should advisory board members be held responsible for events they claim to know nothing about? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more in-depth coverage of critical Senate hearings.